Sometime in April of 2025, I decided to delete everything off of my phone. Social media apps, food and shopping apps, and as hard as it was for me personally, and as ironic as it is for this video, I even removed YouTube. How's it going, guys? Tristan here. And today, I wanted to talk to you guys about something that I've been doing that has not only changed my perspective about the things that I consume online, but has also made me much more aware of the world around me and how much we miss out on because our faces are buried in our phones. Now look, I'm not saying this is for everyone, but I do recommend everybody give something like this a try, even if it's not to the extent of removing everything. Now this isn't a permanent thing either. I did this for a few months, and then eventually I decided to add a few apps back. But at this point, I was so used to not picking up my phone that I didn't have to worry about it. Now there are a myriad of different reasons that I could recommend for someone doing this, but I put together a list of the 4 main reasons I did this, and at the end of the video, I will explain how I went about doing something like this, and the steps I took to take back so much of my life that was just passing me by. Now, while these reasons are in no particular order, I do think that time is the most precious resource we have on this earth. Between doom scrolling on the various social media apps and consuming so much quick fix dopamine content, it doesn't really hit you while you're consuming it just how much time goes by. Our algorithms are so fine-tuned to keep us engaged and watching, it's easy to get lost in it for hours at a time. I don't remember the exact amount of screen time I had on average before doing this. I want to say it was close to 6 hours a day or more, which according to statistics is on the low side for both Gen Z and millennials. So I know I'm not the only one that dealt with this, but I felt like I constantly never had enough time to do anything. That's kinda because I didn't. I was wasting it on something that didn't serve me. Reclaiming my time by removing these apps has not only made me more aware of the time that I have wasted, but has also made me more aware of how precious the time is that we have. We all have the same 24 hours in each day, and it's all a matter of how we use it. All of that extra time for me personally is now spent educating myself, learning new skills, spending more time with my wife and kid, actually being engaged in activity with them instead of sitting on my phone next to them. My time is now spent serving me and my family. The second and probably most important reason for me is probably the mental clarity it gave me. Similarly to the time wasted, another thing you fail to notice while constantly being on your phone is the mental fog that is caused by that. You don't realize it, but being online so much, you will subconsciously be influenced by the things you see. And unfortunately in today's world, a lot of the content pushed for people to see is so negative and doesn't serve you at all. I found I was consuming so much content that was negative that my attitude and worldview became just that, negative. Once I deleted everything, I noticed just how little I actually had to worry about. I think while it's important to know what's going on in the world, I don't think it's healthy to be constantly involved and in the loop of everything as soon as it happens. When I did this, as bad as it sounds, I learned I would rather be ignorant of everything going on and then do my own research on topics as they came up. I got tired of being told by people online and mainstream news outlets about things that these people weren't involved in. The ability to be ignorant and not be aware of everything going on has allowed me to have a clear mind and focus on the things I want to. It has let me be less mentally drained by the end of the day and put that effort into other parts of my life. The third reason has got to be almost entirely monetary. This reason is pretty straightforward, but if you're not careful and don't pay attention, you'll end up getting nickel and dimed into debt without ever realizing it. Before you know it, you have 10 different subscriptions to streaming services you don't use, you're paying for Amazon Prime you hardly take advantage of, and paying a ton of different processing and delivery fees for no real reason. You likely don't need Prime because you can get free shipping on most items without it. And for the most part, you get the item in the same amount of time too. You likely have too many subscriptions just to watch the same 3 shows over and over, when for that same amount of money every month you spent, you could have easily spent thrifting a physical copy of anything you would want to watch and then have money left over. Deleting all of the food and delivery apps also helped a lot because it tempted me less to actually order food. It's so easy to buy fast food and takeout when it's so convenient. that taking away the convenience is really the name of the game here. The amount of money saved is a major benefit of doing this, and if you're struggling financially, I recommend, if you're not already doing this, give it a try. The third reason is reclaiming my personal online security. It's no secret that our personal data is being sold and used to push ads and products on us. It's also no secret that our personal data that has been gathered over the years has been stolen by people hacking into company servers, leaks, and just in general a lack of cybersecurity. Well, if there aren't any apps on your phone to harvest your data, there's no way to take your data. At least the data that isn't already out there to begin with. This may be very tinfoil hat of me, but why do so many apps want my location? Why do they need access to so many features on my phone? Having so few apps on my phone has allowed me to really limit the amount that I'm tracked and listened to. We've all had those experiences where you're having a conversation with somebody about an item you're kind of interested in, and then a couple hours later, you both start getting the ads for that item. I don't know about you, but I'm tired of that happening and then never doing anything about it. Reclaiming my online privacy and being in control of the things I see, within reason of course, has really been fantastic. Now, if you're interested in doing something like this for yourself, I do have a few tips that I can give you, as well as 3 main steps that you need to take to actually do this. The first step is to cancel any subscriptions, Netflix, Disney, and even Prime. I would also recommend dropping your music streaming service, but I know that's a big deal for a lot of people, especially if you don't have another way to listen to music. For me personally, I've been increasing my physical collection of media and music, so this wasn't too bad for me. After you cancel all your subscriptions, go ahead and start uninstalling everything. Anything on your phone that is not required for your day-to-day life, get rid of it. It's important to note that we aren't writing these things off entirely. We're removing the ease of access to these things. We're only using this to reclaim the things in our life that I spoke about before. I recommend having another way to access these apps, like Facebook to keeping up with friends or YouTube for free entertainment. But by having it separate from our phones, it forces you to have a dedicated time and place to access these apps, like your PC or game console. Doing this also allows you to possibly put more time into your hobbies, like playing video games. I know we're kind of talking about limiting screen time, but I don't know about you guys, but I have a major backlog of games I want to play. I've started playing them because of this. Step 3 is to be more present. Be more aware of your life. If you do try to do this, pay attention to how many times you pick up your phone during the first week, and then you realize there's nothing on your phone to access. There's nothing on your phone to see. And then you'll put it away. Allow yourself to be bored. I think it's important to have boring moments in your life because it just amplifies the exciting moments even more. If you don't enjoy being bored, like I said before, spend that time on your hobbies. Now, my main tip for all of this is to give yourself grace. This isn't an easy thing for a lot of people to do. It's not a one-size-fits-all type of thing either. If you can't do it all at one time, that's okay. If you can't do it for that long, that's okay. I'll be honest, it sucked at first. It's a lifestyle change. You can always reinstall the apps you want later. I think after the first couple weeks, I reinstalled YouTube on my phone because I wanted free content to be accessible for myself. I wanted to fill some of that bored space. But once you get used to it, you start to realize you're not really missing out on anything. The fear of missing out in today's world is one of the biggest reasons a lot of people will struggle to do this. But I promise, nothing is more important than your time, your sanity, and your money. But with this lifestyle change, I've been enjoying myself. I've taken back parts of my life that are important to me, and I think you should too. Well, that's all I have for you today. I hope you guys enjoyed and maybe even got something out of this. Let me know. Will any of you guys give this a try? Maybe you've already done something like this and want to share your experience. But until then, hope you guys have a great day. Take care. Adios.